The second half of Asuka period is sometimes called Hakuho, but it's okay if you don't know it. And so 670 fire and Ryuji, and then the second half of Asuka period, you had a lot of cultural exchange with the Tang Dynasty. So luckily, around 645-ish, China was able to unify the divided countries into one, and that is a Tang Dynasty. So if you go to the Nara period, you are going to see more exchange with the Tang Dynasty. Another important aspect of Horyuji Temple is these guardian figures. Like here you have 1, 2, and then 3, 4. So you have always cardinal directions, right? Northeast, west, east, north, south, west, east. And there are guardian figures. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about these statues in comparison to others. And these are made of wood. And then the 5-story pagodas, I want you to read about it. And so the central pillar over here, it's really, really large. It's one continuous piece of wood. And people ran the dating test. So when, was this wood cut? They say it's 554. So, that's when they were preparing for the foundation of the temple. So if you go inside 5-story pagoda, you are going to find a central pillar, and on each side, 1, 2, 3, 4, you are going to see different scenes from Shakyamuni's life. Toward the end of Asuka period, you're going to see a little bit more sensuous or more human-like Buddha statues. Nara period is starting from 719 because they moved their capital to Nara, and the most important temples, Todaiji and Toshodaiji. So why Todaiji is so important? It shows Buddhism as a national religion. So now Prince Shotoku's advocacy worked well. So if you come to the Todaiji temple, emperor becomes very important patron of Buddhism. And because emperor is at the center of patronage, he can start a really large project. And that evidence of a large project is Todaiji temple. It's only possible because it was emperor. And there is a Shoso in treasury. It's a small warehouse that's inside the Todaiji temple. But this is enormously important in the history of our cultural exchange. So again, I am not going really into the Shoso in treasury. You can read about it in your textbook. So this is the entrance to the Todaiji temple, and this door, it's a south gate that was made in the Kamakura period. And the current temple, as you see, the roof, like a double roof with this golden tips. This is built in Edo period. Like these are Edo period roof. But the statue inside, that is the colossal Buddha of Todaiji. And let me see. So number 3, this is what you are looking at. Daibutsuden, like a colossal Buddha's hall. And then Shoso in treasury is number 8. Like a little small warehouse. It's not important main building, but the importance is really, really good. I mean, importance is tremendous. And then like a number 5, right? Like a right behind this, this is a small lecture house. And then the Daibutsuden, the main hall, is protected by 2 doors, number 2 and number 4. Number 2 is a Chumon, central door, and then number 4 is north middle gate. They are protected by 2. And then these are monks' living spaces, and so forth. Refectory. This is a kitchen and cafeteria kind of thing. Hokkaido is important too, another pavilion. Then the south gate, number 13. So this was built in the Kamakura period much later. We are going to study this later. So Shoso in treasury, it looks like this. And I want you to think about this raised platform structure. So Emperor Shomu is the donor of this Todaiji temple. So this building originally started reconstructed in 12th, but the current shape is very much like Edo period or Tokugawa period. And why was it rebuilt? There was a big earthquake in the Kamakura period in the late 12th century. So the entire building collapsed. But the main statue, so this is what the Kamakura period painting showing the colossal Buddha inside the Todaiji temple. So this survived, but then buildings collapsed. So you can see the relative size of it, right? Like devotees are here standing or sitting. Colossal Buddha looks like this. It is really large. There is a video, so I want you to watch more about the video. But the original statue may look like this, like a one shoulder exposed, a little bit slender waist, a little bit different from the current ones. Hokkaido is another like a little pavilion, right? On the like a, you know, if the Daibutsu-den is here, the Hokkaido was, you know, right here. Inside there are really important statues, and that is number 8. That is called the Fuku Kenjaku Kannon. So I want you to take a look at the Fuku Kenjaku Kannon. And this is called the dry lacquer technique. So you watch this, and I want you, I mean, there was a video of dry lacquer on the website. So I want you to figure out what is the process of making these dry lacquer statues. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are 4 guardian figures. Again, you know, 4 major directions, right? So they look like this. And what is this made of? Clay. Because this is clay, they can have a little bit more natural posture. And in the Horyuji temple, they are made of wood. So wood, basically, you get the tree trunk, right? And then you carve out of the tree trunk. So there are like a already predetermined shape. You cannot really create the sticking arms out of the tree. That's impossible. So that's why the 4 guardian figures in Horyuji temple, in Asuka period, right? Horyuji temple, they look a little bit more static, not moving. They are confined to the wooden trunk, the shape. See like how stylish these guardian figures are, because they are clay. So usually they are shown as vanquishing evil deities. Tosho Daiji is another temple that was founded by the emperor. So I want you to read about the Tosho Daiji. It's related to this priest Ganjin. So I want you to figure out the relationship. And again, there is a dry lacquer technique, hollow, right? So I want you to figure out what that means. Using the dry lacquer technique, you can make the 1,000 arms. Like these are, if you count individual ones, they are 1,000. 1,000 arms. And then originally the Fuku Kenjaku that you are looking at, that it has, how many arms does it have? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So this is a kannon. Again, it's a type of bodhisattvas that you are going to read about it. So they have tremendous empathy for us. They are willing to help whenever devotees are in calamities or in dangers. So this is a pagoda that you see in East Asian temples. Mostly they are made of wood, sometimes brick, or in Korea, for example, they are made of stone. The shape is like this, sort of a tower, right? 3, 5, 7, like an odd number tower. But in original context in India, they looked a bit more like a hemispherical dome. And this structure remained on the upper part of it. Indian stupa and East Asian pagodas, the function is the same. This is the monument, meaning they have a little bit of Buddha's authentic relics or body parts inside. And these body parts are so tiny, minuscule, not visible, so that they built a large monument so that people are venerating this monument as if this is the body part of the Shakyamuni.